Hello everybody, my hair is a mess, it also needs washing, but I'm going to do that after I film this. Welcome back to a new video. Today, obviously, as you can tell by the title, is going to be another reading vlog, another book reading vlog where I vlog my experience reading a book. This one I am very excited to read because I have read, over the past few months, I've read about three of these authors' books from having never read her books before, and I've absolutely fallen in love with her books, and I'm really excited to read this one because everybody's read this one. This is I think her most popular one, and I'm super excited to get into it, and that is A Curse So Dark and Lonely by Bridget Kemmerer. I heard about this book before I even heard about all her other books, but I have read her other books, Letters to the Lost, More Than We Can Tell, and Call It What You Want, and I absolutely love those books. I think in order of my favourite, I think it's Call It What You Want first, then Letters to the Lost, then More Than We Can Tell. I'm intrigued and excited to see where this one can be placed on my ranking of Bridget Kemmerer books. Those three books are all contemporaries and this one is fantasy, so I am very excited to kind of see that transition. I actually have already started this book. I started it this morning. I've read about 20 pages and so far I'm actually really invested. I'm really excited. What I love about Bridget Kemmerer's writing is that she's very good at writing characters. I think she's actually astounding and just so good at writing characters that you just connect with and that you just fall for and you just want to protect them. And they're just so fully fleshed out and developed, and so far in this one I can already see that, and already within 20 pages. I've gone into this book not actually knowing that much. I probably do know, and I probably have been told or have heard it being talked about and what it's about, but I've just kind of forgotten. But I did know before going into it that the main character, Harper, does have cerebral palsy, and I've never read a book with a main character who has cerebral palsy, so I'm very excited to read about that. I'm really intrigued. Obviously I can't speak for representation. I probably will look into it and see if the representation is good from people who can say it is. All I've gathered from it so far is that it's in some sort of fae world, I think. I don't know, I should probably maybe read the back and that might help me. We follow both Harper and Prince Wren, and he's the heir to Emberfall and he is cursed. He's forced to repeat the autumn of his 18th year over and over. He can only be freed if a girl truly falls for him, and after so many failures his kingdom and its people are barely holding on. So I don't know if it's just a fantasy world or if it's fae or something like that. We've met Wren so far and he, as it kind of says on the back, he's having to repeat his 18th birthday all the time, and then he keeps having to get his kind of second in command or whoever this guy is, I forget his name, is it Grey? Get Grey to kind of go and get him a girl from the human world to, hopefully fall in love with him. And then that's when we meet Harper, who she's quite run down on her luck. Her dad used to be quite a good, well-off, kind of respectable guy, but then he kind of fell into some bad business. It kind of hit the family really hard. The dad's now left and they're still kind of having to pay for his debts, and the mother has cancer, so her and her brother Jake have to kind of look after her, have to kind of scrounge their way and get their kind of get money in the worst ways and kind of steal off people to kind of look after themselves and look after their mother. So we meet Harper when she's kind of having to play lookout for her brother while he's basically trying to rob somebody, and that's when she sees Grey, or she doesn't know it's Grey, but we assume it's Grey, basically kidnapping or taking a woman from the human world, and she tries to stop it, but then instead of stopping it, she's the woman to be taken. The bit I've got up to is just her appearing in this world and being where the hell am I need to get back home, because she's worried about Jake and she's worried about her mum. Obviously it's got quite Beauty and the Beast vibes. I take it and I assume this is a retelling of it, but I am super excited to continue reading this because I think it's going to be so good. If it's going to live up to anything that Bridget Kemmerer has written before, I'm very excited. So that is all I obviously have to say now for the book. Once again, don't know how long this is going to take or how long I'm going to read this for, obviously because I'm now back home. That's why I'm in a different setting. I'm back home for Christmas. I want to say that I have more time for reading, but I've still got to do work. I've still got to write essays while I'm home, and obviously because it's a week from the day I'm filming this, it's a week till Christmas. The run up to Christmas, it's going to be quite busy because I've actually got quite a lot on, but I will make time for reading. Obviously it's just over 450 pages, so I'm hoping I can get it read in 7 to 10 days. I will leave this here. Cannot wait to continue reading more of this, and I will, don't know when I'll see you, but maybe I'll see you at some point soon for more of my thoughts on this book. Hello everybody, I'm just doing a really quick update. I am going to London today, hopefully, because currently it has been raining really badly in the UK and the south of England, and just the whole of UK right now. Facing some flooding in the kind of area between Brighton and London at the moment, and it's kind of disrupted our route to go to London, but we've kind of sorted out an alternative route. So hopefully we still will be going to London. We're going to London to see Come From Away, which is why me and my mum are both so desperate to still go, because we want to see this play. We want to go and see this musical, and we don't want to, you know, we don't want our trip, our little night in London to be ruined. So we have come up with an alternative route, which is a bit longer, but hopefully it will still get us there. I'm just quickly filming this now before I have to leave, as a little update on A Curse of Dark and Lonely. So I won't be vlogging much over these next 2 days because, you know, I will try and vlog as much as I can, but obviously with my phone, but I'll see what I can remember to do and what I can do. Updates on the book so far, I'm actually really enjoying it. I'd say it's currently about 4.25 stars. I'm just really enjoying it. Notice I have about the book is that I just love Bridget Cameron's writing style. It's just a writing style that I can really easily get into, and even though this is a fantasy book, I just don't really see much difference between her contemporary and fantasy writing style, which is positive. I'm not saying that in a negative way. I think it's still just chef kiss, still really easy to get into, and it just made the whole reading it as a fantasy story a lot easier. Some kind of in progress points that I feel like I have are like things I'm kind of looking forward to and seeing. I'm like interested to see how they develop. I'm interested to see how the dynamic between Harper and Ren develops, because obviously at the moment Harper's very much like, I don't know if I trust him, I don't know like what's going on, like I'm literally in a completely different place, I've basically been kidnapped, so I don't know if I trust Ren or anybody in this like new land. I'm really liking both characters so far though, so that's obviously a plus, and I really hope we get more kind of development and more kind of world building, because at the moment I feel like we don't know too much about the world that, you know, Harper's been taken to. So I'm very excited or kind of interested to see if we do get some more world building as we go further into the book. I think I'm going to leave it here now for these updates. Again, sorry for the lighting, but as it's like really disgustingly grey out there, I have to have my main light on, and we all know that that main light is like orange as hell. We'll end this here because I've got to finish getting ready, because we've got to leave in like 10-15 minutes, which is stressful because I just really hope I can get to London. I just want to get to London, so please pray that I get to London. Make a prayer circle, but probably by the time you see this, I either will or will have not gone to London. Here we go. Let's pray that I get to London.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring to you and your kin. Good tidings for Christmas and a Happy
when you set your mind to it. Hey.
I'm watching Glee. Hello everybody, I am just here to do a quick update because the last time you saw me was Friday, and it's now Sunday. So last time I saw you, I was like, it was a really quick update, and it was really quick. Gotta tell you stuff really quickly because I was in a rush. I just realised it looks so pale, but I think I look paler on my viewfinder than I do actually when I'm editing, so I'm gonna try and get past it. Last time I saw you, I was kind of rushed trying to update you because I was like, I gotta go to London in like 15 minutes, and I was not even sure if I was definitely gonna get to London, but I did. I got to London, which you obviously saw. It was a longer journey. It was a bit more stressful, but we eventually got there. If you know the south of England, basically what we had to do is go from Brighton to Tunbridge Wells, get a bus to Tunbridge Wells, which is like an hour and a half, and then get a train from Tunbridge Wells to London, which took like an hour. But we eventually got there, and we were only delayed by like an hour, so it was all good. We had a really great time, and I saw Come From Away, and it was just amazing. Honestly, amazing. I love it. I really love it. And it was just so heartwarming, but really heartbreaking, but just kind of really reminded you of what is important. And it was brilliant. I absolutely loved it. I'm here to tell you about my thoughts so far on A Curse of Dark and Lonely. I'm about 170 pages through, and I have some thoughts. I'm really enjoying it so far. Like, I'm really getting into it, and because it's Bridget Cameron, I already know that I'm just, you know, I'm loving it. What I like about Bridget Kemmerer and her books, or how she writes her books, is that she usually has a lot of scenes that are just deep, really deep conversations. Like, a lot of her scenes are just conversations between characters about them getting to know each other. And I think obviously within this book, as our characters are having to really understand who each other are and really having to get to know each other because they're kind of forced into a situation together, we need those conversations. And some people might find that really boring and slow, but I think how Bridget Kemmerer writes them, I just absolutely love them. I'm so used to them from her contemporary books. It just means we really get to know the characters as a reader, like as a reader we really get to know them. So that's just what I love. Despite Harper, obviously our main character Harper, really falling into that kind of I'm not like any other girl kind of sort of trope, I still enjoy reading from her and I still enjoy learning about her because she's not a perfect character. And that's what I love about Bridget Kemmerer's books, is that none of our characters are perfect. And across the whole books, and especially in this one, none of the characters that we are following, our main characters, are perfect. And that's what I love about her writing and her books. And that's why I feel like I'm not hating Harper, because if she was like perfect the whole time and she didn't make any mistakes, then I would probably not like her as much. But because she is flawed and because she is having to really think through things and really understand the situation she's in, and that maybe what she's used to is not how she can think in this world, it's really refreshing. And it's just really, like, I just really enjoy that because they're not perfect and that's what life is, you know. Some more like in progress thoughts that I have is, I think is kind of similar to the one before, is because obviously I can relate to Harper more than I can relate to Ren, because obviously Harper is from our world and I can relate to that more. It will be interesting to see if even though I'm not like siding with Harper, some of the things she does and thinks, I'm like, yeah, that's how I would think, that's what I would do. So I'm just interested to see, like, as the book progresses and the characters develop and how we view and how we're used to these characters develop, if me siding with Harper and not preferring Harper, but kind of relating to Harper more will change, or if it will just stay the same. But those are all the thoughts I have so far. As I said, I'm on page 170. Even though like not a lot has happened, it's just like little tidbits are happening to kind of develop the characters and develop Harper being in this world. And I think we're slowly now getting into what this is going to be about and what the conflict is, and the whole like conflict between different kingdoms and stuff like that. I'm very excited to continue reading this. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to read today because I am busy today. It was my nephew's third birthday yesterday, and we are now like just having him over with my sister and my nan just to, you know, celebrate his birthday because we didn't get to see him yesterday, and just having like a really chill small family thing. So maybe I'll get to read just while I'm just chilling. Obviously I put on makeup because, you know, I wanted to just, you know, I'm socializing. Why not? I don't really need an excuse. But I didn't mean to go this like bold. Like, does anyone get that where they're like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna put a little bit of makeup on, and then, you know, you start doing it and you're like, oh, just put a bit of eyeshadow on, and then you get to the point where you realise that you've put on really bold eye makeup and you're like, ah, that happened, I'm not really going out today. So that's just what's happened. And I'm not like too mad, like I don't hate it, I actually quite like it. Whenever I do like a bold eye makeup like this, I kind of have to like take me a while to get used to it because I'm like, whoa, well, that's bright. I'm gonna leave this here because I actually need to film another video. I'm about to film an unhaul, so I need to do that. I need to get on with that. I'm gonna not try and take too long to do that because I'm currently home alone, so I kind of want to do it while I'm home alone before my parents get back from shopping. We're gonna do that now, and I will sign off here, and I will just catch you when I next have an update, really. Hello everybody. Excuse my appearance, I've just had a shower, so not only is my hair wet, but my face is disgusting. It's just gone really red for some reason, and my skin's not the best at the moment. I'm filming this now because my nan's coming over, so I just want to get it filmed. Basically, I have not seen you in like 4 days, and the reason for that is I saw you last on Sunday. Monday I thought I was starting to get ill and I was just not in a great mood, so I just was like in bed most of the day. And then Tuesday was Christmas Eve, so I was very busy just doing stuff, and then obviously yesterday was Christmas, so I was just very busy. It's been a very busy time. Well, not like busy, but just like socially busy. I've just been doing a lot because it's Christmas. It's now Boxing Day. I thought I'd film now, so I got home like a massive like where have you been, Charlotte kind of gap between. I can't remember where I was or like how far through the book I was when I updated you on Sunday, but I am now currently about 350 pages through the way of A Curse of Dark and Lonely, so I've already got like 120 pages left, and I'm gonna try and get it done within the next 2 days, but I feel like it might stretch to 3 days. Hopefully by the latest I'll get this done by Saturday the 28th, which means it will probably be the last full book that I read this year, which sucks. I'm just gonna run through some thoughts that I have because I feel like I have a lot. I was really enjoying this book, and that makes it sound like I'm about to say that I hate this book now. I don't. It's just a few things that are happening that I'm just like,
What the fuck? What the fuck was that?
I don't remember what was happening the last time I spoke to you, so I apologise for that. You will know, and I will know when I'm editing this, but this current state, this current moment, I do not know. But the thoughts I have right now on page 350 is, I feel like the first half is definitely just developing the characters. We are really just spending the first half of the book meeting these characters, developing them, getting to know them. So that's why I don't think there's really much going on, because you really are just being introduced to these characters, introduced to this world, so that then when more stuff happens in the second half of the book, it's not too jarring and it's easy to kind of understand the characters' motivations. As I said, it does take a while for plot progression to appear and for you to actually go, so this is what is the main plot or the main conflict throughout the book. This is what the characters are going to have to face throughout the majority of this book. There's questions for the people who have read the book, and obviously if you are going to comment down in the description below, this vlog is not going to be spoilery, because how so far it's not been spoilery, so I'm going to kind of keep it that way. So if you are going to comment your response down in the description below and it's going to be full of spoilers, obviously make a warning for people who haven't read the book. I need your opinion, because I feel like I need to know whether my opinion is popular or not. I definitely feel like I prefer Grey over Ren. I find Ren a bit annoying, and I feel like I prefer Grey's relationship with Harper over Harper's relationship with Ren. I think that's because Grey treats Harper like who she is. He doesn't really expect her to be someone she isn't. He doesn't expect her to fulfill this thing of knowing everything about the world and knowing how to act in this sort of world when her world's completely different from theirs. If I was thrown in this situation where I've been taken from one world to another, this one world where it's like very medieval and very like knights and kings and conflict and strategy and stuff like that, if I was thrown into that world, I'd be there like, I don't know what to do. Yes, I watched Merlin, but do I look like I know what to do? And I feel like Ren expects her to know what to do in these situations, and really Harper's just doing what she thinks is right, and maybe sometimes that might not work and it might not be what Ren would do, and then he gets annoyed at her, and I'm like, cut her some slack. She's been in this world like a week. Because obviously the story is about, you know, he has to get a girl to fall in love with him to stop this curse. Obviously there is romance. There is a are they gonna fall in love kind of element at the end of all throughout the whole book. And I don't know if I like Ren and Harper together, just because of how I prefer Grey's relationship with Harper. Not saying I would prefer Harper to be with Grey, but I just don't feel like Ren and Harper, or Ren deserves to be with Harper. I feel like it's going to go down that route though. I feel like it's, with what's happening, I feel like they are going to end up together. I wrote here, being like, there will be moments when Ren and Harper are good together. Like, I'm actually like, okay, maybe they will work together. It's like, they're not my favourite, but they work together. And it's implied that like both of them like each other, so like Harper likes Ren and Ren likes Harper, and there's like some feelings there. But I know it's obvious that Ren likes Harper more than Harper likes Ren, because Harper's more focused on saving and helping this world, but then also wanting to get home to her brother and her mother, who she doesn't know what's happening with them, and she feels like she's abandoned them, or she has abandoned them, but not from her own choice. But she wants to get back to them to see if they're okay. But then, as I said, Ren will say stuff which will make Harper feel inferior and make Harper feel like she is doing everything wrong. Ren's annoying me just a little. I don't hate him, he's just annoying me. He's just annoying me just a little bit. But then it's not like Grey gets enough, because we don't read from Grey's perspective. I can't tell if Grey likes her. So it's kind of like, I don't know. I feel like at the moment I don't ship her with anybody. And I think I put one last thing saying, basically there's a reveal 5-10 pages ago that like was a shock to me. Like, it's a plot twist and it was a bit of a shock to me. I was like, oh okay, didn't see that coming. But then once I thought about it for a couple of seconds, I was like, makes sense with like it being a Beauty and the Beast retelling and it kind of going, you know, being what it is. I think that's all my points. I feel like I had more because I obviously haven't updated that much. So yesterday was a really chill day. It was Christmas. It was just me and my parents at home, literally just chilling, watching some good Christmas TV, eating some food. I read quite a bit of my book, and that was literally all we did yesterday, and it was really nice. It was very chill. And then my sister and my nephew came over, you know, so he could open his presents. I should go and do some work, but I'm just gonna finish. I'm currently watching the first episode of season 2 of You, because that dropped today. I won't binge it because I'm not really a binger. I used to be a bit when I was younger, but I'm not really anymore. And I've got loads of other shows I need to catch up on. I've got like 8 minutes left of this, so I'm going to finish watching that and then I'll go do some work, which I really don't want to. I will update you later, and hopefully I'll get this book done in the next few days. I just forgotten how to film. I'm just here like pausing and just stopping and not saying anything because I don't know what the doctor's saying. I'm just gonna leave this here. I'll see you later. Hello everybody, welcome to the final update of my thoughts, of my reading vlog, of this reading vlog of A Curse So Dark and Lonely. I finished this last night. Sorry that I didn't do it like this is like footage of me finishing the book. It's because I finished it when I was like downstairs in the living room with my parents, so I couldn't have really filmed. It'd been weird. I just binged read the last like 60-70 pages in one go, and I gave it a 4.25 out of 5 stars. So I'm just going to run down my overall thoughts, my final review, my final spoiler-free review of A Curse So Dark and Lonely, because it was a ride. As I said before, really enjoyed Bridget Kemmerer's writing style. I love her writing style and I love her books, and this is the 4th book I've read by her, so I think if I'm ordering them, it's not my favourite. I think it's definitely still Call It What You Want, Letters to the Lost, and then depending on my mood, I think this one and More Than We Can Tell, is it called? Yes, I like joint last. Not that they're bad books, they're just I didn't enjoy them as much as I liked Call It What You Want and Letters to the Lost. But I still really enjoy her writing style, and it's very similar to her like contemporary writing style, which I really enjoy because it means I can like engage and connect with the characters just as much as I can in her contemporary ones. And that's what I find a struggle with a lot of fantasy books, is the writing style is really heavy, so I'm just there like there's too many words and too many meanings. And as I said before, I really like her deep conversations that she has in these books. They just have scenes where it's just conversations between characters, getting to know each other, really like exploring each other's characters, and that's what I like about her writing style, and that was why I was really happy to see it in this book. Character wise, I did enjoy our main character Harper. I did feel like I related to her more because she is from our world, so I can obviously relate to her more than I can the other characters. Not that I can completely like, oh my god, she's like me or something like that, but I can relate to her more than I can Ren and Grey. I preferred Grey's relationship with Harper, and if I had to pair any of them up, which I don't feel like I want to, like I don't ship any of them with each other, if I had to it would be Grey and Harper. I just don't really like Ren and Harper together because I just feel like Ren forgets that Harper is new to this world and sometimes belittles her and has a go at her for just messing up a few things. Like, okay, she might have done something wrong that could have like changed a lot of stuff and really mess up some like stuff in the grand scheme of things, but she's new to this world, you've got to cut her some slack. And it was just a bit like, I thought you love her and you're trying to get her to love you, so
It was all a lie. Guys, it was all a lie. She lied.
I just feel like Grey was a lot more kinder and he cared about her more. Plot wise, the first half is very much just like, these are these characters, this is his world, get to know it, you need to get to know it, you need to like understand what is going on in this world, the characters' dynamics with each other, the characters' dynamics with the world, and then the plot comes in. The plot takes a while to come in, and it's fine because again I'm getting to know these characters, but it does make it a bit slow and it does feel like it drags on a bit. And that's one of the things I felt like I struggled with near the end. Was it's not just the first half, it is like the whole book, but it's not like really bad thing. It's just I felt like it could have been shorter. I felt like there could have been so much happening. It's not like there wasn't that much happening, but I just think it was a little bit slow when it got nearer to the end, because I was like getting to near the end, I was like, I want it to be faster, I want to like have the stakes to be higher. There was a reveal around page 350 I think, and as I said earlier in the vlog, I didn't expect it, but then once I like thought it through I was like, makes sense. And it kind of becomes like a massive part of the end of the book. And then there was obviously the massive, or not really massive, but probably to some people, but the kind of like end big plot twist, epilogue plot twist sort of thing. I guessed that, so I wasn't surprised when it happened, and when it did happen I go, ah, I told you it's going to happen sort of thing in my head. I was a bit annoyed that I did guess it because I wanted to be like, oh my god, that's so crazy. But I guessed it when it was kind of like even hinted at earlier in the book. I think overall that are all my thoughts on this book. So yes, overall I did enjoy this book, 4.25 out of 5 stars, but I feel like, it's just because I didn't like the characters doesn't mean that hindered the book for me. I think mainly the real thing that didn't make it like the best book ever was because it dragged a bit, and I just felt like it could have been shorter, could have been more sparky, that's a really weird word to use, but a bit more like, yes, let's do this, higher stakes, boom, boom, sort of thing, and it kind of wasn't. But like, I still enjoyed it, and I am looking forward to reading the next book just to see where it goes. It comes out on the 7th of January, so I'll probably order it that day, and then I don't know when I'll read it. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. I feel like it was a bit more like scatty because it was obviously over Christmas, and I was having some days where I was ill and I just wasn't feeling it and blah 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 blah. I feel like I was a lot busier because my last reading vlog I was at uni, still doing uni stuff, but this one it's like I'm at home and I haven't got uni, but I still got uni work, but I've got actual social things to do. I hope this vlog was still enjoyable. Let me know in the comments below if you've read this book. If you have and you were talking spoilers, remember to put a spoiler warning so you don't, you know, so other people who haven't read this book know. But if you haven't read this book, you know, still talk to me in the comments, let me know what you think about this what you think I don't know. Just talk to me in the comments. This is what this thing is for, isn't it? If you're new around here, don't forget to subscribe, like, hit that notification bell. I will see you in my next video, and I don't know what my next actually no, I do know what my next reading vlog will be, and it will be a continuation of the first one. So it'll be Siege and Storm. I will see you for that, and I will see you for all the kind of end of year videos that I have planned, or like end of the year wrap up sort of videos, like book hauls and unhaul that I probably will post after this, and my best books of 2019 and like a recent reads or something like that. So that all said and done, I will see you all in my next video.